HOA bulldozed my garden. They didn't know I owned their mortgage. Some folks swing back when they're wronged. Me, I prefer to pull the ground out from under you financially. And with a smile, let me tell you how the HOA bulldozed my garden and ended up realizing I owned their mortgage. I'm Julian Vega, 44, real estate investor by day, amateur gardener by sunrise. Moved into Glen Hill Meadows 4 years ago after flipping half the county and deciding I wanted something quiet. Clean air, decent neighbors, and a little backyard plot where I could grow heirloom tomatoes and chill out with my labradoodle. Beans. For a while, things were good. I kept to myself, paid dues, even hosted a garden walk one spring. Got written up in the local paper from Wall Street to watermelon vines. Then Karen happened. Karen Douglas, HOA president, real estate license long expired, but ego fully active. The kind of woman who says per my last email to her own husband. At first it was just questions. Is that garden within code? Are you registered with the landscape committee? Did you submit a soil drainage plan? I'd nod, smile, offer her a bell pepper. She never took it. But then one morning, I walked out back and found the entire eastern half of my garden bulldozed, like actual tire tracks through the basil. I thought I was hallucinating, but nope, there was a formal letter taped to my back door. Unapproved agricultural development, corrective action. Taken under Section 12B, they called my damn garden an agricultural violation, said it disrupted neighborhood cohesion and was excessively organic. Whatever the hell that means. Beans stood in the dirt, confused as hell, sniffing a crushed squash plant like it was a crime scene. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. Because what Karen didn't know, what nobody in Glen Hill knew, is that when the HOA refinanced the clubhouse 5 years ago, their loan got sold on the secondary market. And guess who scooped it up in a distressed asset package? Me, the Glen Hill Meadows HOA mortgage building. Land, reserves had been sitting in a little folder in my office file cabinet, collecting interest and dust. Until now, so I called up my lawyer, we checked the covenants, we checked the bylaws, and we drafted the most brutal, airtight document Karen would ever receive. Notice of default, C. By unlawfully destroying part of my property and violating due process, the HOA breached their own charter, which was part of their loan covenant. That voided protections, which meant I, as lien holder, could accelerate repayment, meaning pay the full $2.3 million balance immediately. Spoiler, they couldn't. So I sent a crew to the HOA office, not with pitchforks, with paperwork. A sheriff's officer taped the official foreclosure notice right on their double-glass front door. Karen, she ran out screaming, waving her clipboard like it could reverse a legal filing. "You can't do this," she shrieked. I looked her square in the eye and said, per my last email, within 30 days, I own the clubhouse, the tennis courts, the reserve lot, and the little golf cart shack they used to hide in. But I didn't stop there. I rewrote the HOA bylaws, slashed 70% of the fines, removed the visual conformity clause, established a garden protection policy, and renamed the clubhouse the Julian Vega Agricultural and Community Commons. We host seed swaps there now, monthly composting workshops, and Beans, he's the official garden security supervisor. As for Karen, she moved to a condo, no yard, no garden, just a concrete balcony and a window that faces east toward my tomatoes. Call to action. Was Julian too harsh or just right? Should HOA boards be allowed to bulldoze dreams over bylaws? Drop your thoughts below and tell us, what would you do if your tomatoes were targeted? The end.